Hello everybody, I am the Morrigan Fairy Tarot, and today we are doing a video on the Morrigan's Veil. So basically, we are trying to channel the Morrigan to gain her wisdom throughout your reading. So I will give you a moment to pick from these three piles, Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Just let your intuition guide you to whichever pile is calling you. And you might even feel drawn to multiple piles, in which case you can just listen to all the piles that you are drawn to. So, without further ado, let's get into your reading. Pile 1. We'll start off with your crystal here. It's an amethyst, and that can speak to intuition. Some say it can help you tap into your intuitive abilities as well. So, the first thing I want to say is that immediately meditating on your cards, I heard open, that you need to be open to change, and that fits really well with your reading. There are definitely many elements of change within your reading. So, we'll start off with the Seven of Bows, clearance. There's a fire back there, and there's an old bow stave and new ones. And with this card, you get the feeling that this old bow stave is to be fed to the fire, and that these new ones will take its place. And this card just speaks to that need to change and clear out the old things to make way for the new things in your life. Sort of like spring cleaning. And there's definitely many elements of that within your reading. So, we'll move on to the Five of Vessels, Ecstasy. And for me, this might have a connection to that amethyst that I chose for your deck. This card really speaks to ecstatic dance. Basically, it's a dance that helps you get into a trance state. And so there might be a need to open up your intuition, perhaps even open up your third eye. So that's something to consider. Maybe there's a need to tap into your intuition and maybe even do some trance work. That might even be able to help you clear out some of the energy that maybe is stuck and needs to be done away with. So we'll move on to the Two of Bows, decision. It speaks to, of course, a decision that needs to be made. There's a lot of energy with this card, with the fires burning behind that person and the wooden staves being on fire. And I think this probably speaks to whatever is needing cleared out from your life. Perhaps there's some decision making that goes into that, what needs to stay and what needs to be cleared away in your life. And with this, the wheel, there are three herons in the background, kind of reminiscent of the three fates, and the loom here with the wheel on it. To me, it makes me think of weaving your fate, weaving the threads of your fate. I think it's just a reminder with all of this that you weave the threads of your own fate, and that you need to take control in your life and direct those threads in the way you want them to go, to be able to make a beautiful garment. And with this, the Ten of Bows, empowerment. It, of course, speaks to empowerment, but it also speaks to facing your fears. This is also considered the opener of the ways, which fits perfectly with what I said at the beginning. So I feel like it speaks to a need to take control in your life, take power back in your life, feel that empowerment, weave the threads of your own fate. And the facing the fears part fits pretty well with this journey card, which I'd like to point out too, that the Morrigan sometimes is represented as the raven, so I find it very perfect that this card depicts ravens in it. But yeah, this is a card of change. You can see that there's a deer here that has entered the everlasting sleep, as you could say. And there's ravens here picking at it. So this card also, it can speak to change. It absolutely speaks to change, and it can also speak to facing your fears, even facing the inevitable fear of the everlasting sleep that we all must enter at some point. Yeah, I feel like this card is just, it's challenging you to accept change in your life, to be open to change, and to face your fears about change. And this card too, the stag, I believe it might be justice in the traditional tarot, but either way, I get the feeling from this card that it's absolutely, it's challenging you to have that balance in your life, and in this case to realize that some things need to be let go of in order to have a better life. And the Queen of Arrows here, the swan, also speaks to that change and moving away from things that don't benefit you anymore and into new environments that do benefit you. Yeah, I feel like there's absolutely a very strong energy here throughout your entire reading about that change, that need to change. It's like the Morrigan is crying out for you to embrace this change that needs to happen. I don't know for sure what it is that is needing changed within your life. You might look at it spiritually with this card in the amethyst, possibly. There's a spiritual blockage that needs to be opened. And you might even benefit from shadow work as well, with the two cards showing up kind of speaking to facing one's fears. It's possible that shadow work would be really beneficial for you. And if I can remember to, I'll try to link, I have a shadow work video, tarot reading, that I done, so I'll try to link it for you. You might watch that and maybe there will be some helpful messages in there for you. But yeah, that's all I'm getting for your reading. I do hope that it helped a little bit. If you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and leave me the raven emoji. I think that would be perfect for your reading. I would love to see that. Your support really means the world to me. It helps me out a lot. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Okay, hello pile 2. So we'll start off with your crystal right there. It is obsidian, which can speak to protection and grounding. We'll start off with the Nine of Stones, tradition. This card speaks to ancestral wisdom, respecting the ancestral wisdom and knowledge and ancestral traditions. And it also can speak to ancestral working, perhaps getting in touch with your ancestors. I actually have a video about that on my channel, so if I can remember to, I'll try to link it for you, because it might have some useful information in it for you. And next we have the mirror. It speaks to kind of being led on a journey. Here we have a woman holding a mirror and an orb of seeing. So it kind of gives you the feeling that she's going to shed light on some of the aspects of this person in the boat there. Maybe things that they need to work on. This person is depicted in a boat as they look like someone who has entered the everlasting sleep. And it feels like the mirror, this woman, is going to lead them through to the other side. And with this, the Queen of Vessels, the salmon, it can indicate just a very loving person, even a family member. And I'll skip to this card, the Hooded Man. I feel like connecting it to this Ancestor card and the Salmon card and even this card, and some of your other cards coming up, we'll talk about those in a moment. I feel like there's a need for you to... I feel like there might be an ancestor within your life that maybe is a guardian of yours, guardian spirit. And I feel like they're really wanting to guide you back to someone, maybe a family member, maybe a friend, maybe multiple friends or family members. I feel like with this card, there may have been a squabble of some sort a challenge, a little bit of a fight. And I feel like the ancestor card popping up here and these two cards that kind of give me the feeling like you're being led somewhere. In the salmon card, I'm considering it your ancestor. That maybe they're a loving, really loving person that wants you to have these connections in your life. Yeah, something I felt right off was like there was some sort of loss. And that you need to seek family or friends, just people that love you. You need to seek those people out in your life to have that love and protection from them. It's hard to get through life without people that you love and that love you. Yeah, these two cards are basically about family and fellowship, good friends, good family connections, strong bonds. And with this horse racing towards them and connecting it to here, it kind of goes in that line for me. It feels like your ancestors, or maybe even the Morrigan, since this is her reading, are trying to guide you back to these people that love you. Perhaps there was a squabble with the Two of Stones challenge. Perhaps there was some sort of a fight, and maybe those connections became estranged. This card speaks to kind of petty squabbles, things that really aren't that deep, but maybe it was taken worse than it should have been, and maybe it really estranged your connection with somebody, maybe a friend, maybe a family member. And I feel like it's kind of wanting to guide you back, like maybe there isn't a need to hold these grudges. Sometimes family is more important than that. I do want to throw out there, though, you know your situation best, and if that doesn't fit, then don't take that advice, you know. Some family members aren't good for us, and you know what's best. You know, this card speaks to more of a petty squabble type of a deal. So if it's deeper than that, it might not be good to go back to that connection. I'm feeling the message. I feel like this might not apply to most of you, but if you have had a loved one pass on, that maybe things didn't end as well as you would have liked for them to between you, I feel like it could be indicating that this person just has love for you. They have those warm feelings towards you, and they don't need you to feel bad. They don't want you to feel bad about how things ended, because they don't hold things against you. Yeah, going back to this, there's a door here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's little bits of light coming out. It looks like there's great warmth within this door. It feels kind of like the hooded man has led you there to go through the door and feel that immense warmth, love, and protection that can come from good family or friend connections. I feel like, too, for some of you, this could be indicating that you need to form those connections. Maybe you need to gallop on ahead and try to form those deep connections with people if you don't have someone in your life like that. So yeah, this is all the messages I'm getting for you. I hope this reading has been helpful. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you made it to the end, please leave me a comment with the rabbit emoji. I think that would be really cute. I would like to see that. Yeah, I hope to see you in my next video, and your support means the world to me. It really helps me out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you next time, hopefully. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 3. We'll start off with your crystal. It's a quartz crystal, and it is often seen as an amplifier of energy, which seems kind of fitting for your pile. So, I'm going to start things off talking about these two cards. 7 of Arrows, Insecurity, and the 3 of Arrows, Jealousy. I feel like there are some deep insecurities here. I got that message right off the bat as well. That you have some insecurities. Maybe things have happened in your life to make you feel a lot smaller than you are on an emotional level. And basically the message I got was that you are much more powerful than that. You're much bigger than this. Whatever messages you've got through life that have made you felt small and insignificant and led you to having feelings of insecurity, you need to try to do away with that, because it's not the reality. The reality is that you are a very powerful person. And for some reason, I got a really strong visualization with this green man, his cauldron, of you like throwing in your insecurities into the cauldron to be burned away. So yeah, I feel like there's a need for you to be able to let go of these insecurities. I feel like that's what the Morrigan wants for you to do, is to be able to let go of your insecurities and come into your own power, realizing how amazing you are. And with jealousy, sometimes it's interpreted as betrayal of some sort, maybe in love. It could be that, but it also could just be connecting to that insecurity, that you have a lot of insecurities. And maybe part of this is maybe someone has betrayed you in the way that they have made you feel insecure about yourself and kind of slung arrows your way that you didn't deserve. But yeah, the green man here, it's basically a card of power. This card always makes me think of strong, powerful, primal energy. And with the king of bows, adder, this one snake has risen above the other snakes and feels like it's asserting its power. And I feel like that's what you need to embody. You need to realize your own power, that you can rise above the insecurities that you have and claim your throne in a way. With the Ace of Arrows, the breath of life, it makes me think of manifestation. It's basically a wish card. It's about breathing life into your wishes, going down the path that you want to go down, basically making your own reality, making your wishes real. And I feel like that's part of your power too. Maybe you have very strong manifesting powers that you haven't realized yet because you have so many insecurities. And with this pole star here, connecting it to the Great Bear, to me it feels kind of like the Morrigan. Maybe she's guiding you. It kind of feels like it's the guiding star, the North Star. It feels like she's trying to guide you out of all of this insecurity and into your power. She's wanting you to take a leap of faith, step on the rainbow bridge and journey into your own power, and realize that you are the Great Bear. This card can also speak to challenging yourself, looking at your insecurities. Kind of makes me think of shadow work a little bit. But yeah, maybe there's a need to go within. It's like a little burial mound here. Maybe there's a need to go within and challenge yourself to overcome these insecurities and see yourself as the powerful person that you are. Yeah, this is all the messages I'm getting for you. I do hope this has helped you out a little bit. If you liked this reading, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel a lot. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe, that would help me out a lot as well. If you made it through this whole video too, I'd like for you to leave me the bear emoji. I think that would be pretty perfect for your reading. Yeah, your support really means the world to me. It helps me out a lot, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.